class 7. I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing great. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to continue with the models chapter from your Mastering Grammar book. In our previous video lesson, we have already finished learning about can, could, be able, and that means we have learned about the words which we use to express ability, right? The models that are used to tell us something or used as verbs, models for ability. That means can, could, be able. Now, I had already discussed this table on page number 88 with you also, should, must and ought to. Now we have one exercise that follows it. We have already finished exercise A. Now we will be continuing with exercise B, where we are supposed to fill the blanks with should, ought to, must according to the suggestions in the bracket. So see exercise B. Let's get started. This is on page number 89. So page 89, exercise B. Okay. So number 1. He dash look after his parents. So children, with moral duty, what are we supposed to use? With moral duty, we are always supposed to use ought to. Yes, when there is moral duty, we have to use ought to. So number 2 again. So after this, number 1 we have 2. Let's see. You dash read newspapers daily to improve your vocabulary. This is suggestion. So suggestion, for suggestions we have to use should. So you should read newspapers daily. Yes, this is a good habit. You must inculcate. You must follow this. So you dash submit the form before the last week of May. So that is compulsion. For compulsion, for a thing which you have to do, that means you are going to use must. Number 4. The government dash make efforts towards bringing the economic divide. So this is a necessity. So we have to use must. Government must do it. Number 5 now. We dash pay taxes on time. It is our moral duty as citizens of the country. So it is our moral duty. So we are going to write ought to. We ought to pay taxes. Number 6. You dash join yoga classes to improve your ability to concentrate. You should, because there is suggestion. So you should join yoga classes. Number 7 now. You dash do something for the underprivileged. So you ought to do. It's a moral duty. For moral duty, we are always going to use ought to. So it's a moral duty. Now number 8, because there is no space, or even if there is space, I would choose to write on the right side. Now you dash do something for the underprivileged. We are done with that. Since the train is yet to come, we dash take a walk around the area. So we should, because it's a suggestion. So should. Number 9 now. You dash finish your work by today. So compulsion, for compulsion we are going to use must. So you must finish. Number 10. Having a playground in every locality is a, yes, what is a must. So it's a necessity. So it's a must. Yes children, we are done with this. Please pause the video and finish this. Or you can just take a screenshot quickly so that we can move ahead with the next exercise. So now let's see, when we are trying to seek permission, when we want someone to give us or to permit us for doing something, what words or what models we use. So we have these words may, can and could. And how are we going to use it? Let's find out. Now may is going to suggest permission which is formal in nature and polite. Like children, when you are talking to me in the school, when you are asking for my permission to go to the washroom or drink water, you need to use may. May I come in? So that is a more formal way, polite way in a formal environment. Okay. Can is used in the informal environment. That means if you are talking to your friend, so can I borrow your pencil? So you are taking permission. Yes. Now suggest, this could will be suggesting permission in the past, that someone has taken permission in the past. Okay. So now see here, may I drink water? You may come in. Now, can I borrow your pen? Now, sir, could you grant me leave on Saturday? So, yes, so this is the thing of the past. So, that's why we are talking here about could. He told me I could leave. So, they are talking about something that happened in the past. So, we are not going to use can, we are going to use could. Okay, so now see, two neighbors are involved in a conversation. They are talking to each other. Now, Aruna, can I borrow today's Economic Times from you? Actually, we don't take that newspaper. So now, because two friends are talking to each other, it's not a formal environment, like it's not a formal conversation like between a teacher or a student, between a colleague, between colleagues. So here friends are talking, neighbors actually, so they can use can. Malini, sure you can. Aruna, can I keep it for a day? Malini, yes you can. The two neighbors are friends and are not formal with each other. So the model can is used. Now we will see the other instance, other example. Here is a conversation between two teachers who are colleagues. Miss Reena, may I use your school diary to check the date for the next unit test? Miss Kavita, yes you may. Miss Reena, could you keep it back in the drawer later? I have to leave for the next class. Miss Kavita, oh sure. The two teachers are colleagues and have a cordial conversation. So the models may, could are used. Yes? Now see, the two teachers are colleagues and have a cordial conversation. Exercise C now. Okay? Take the correct option to complete the sentences. So children, I hope you have finished this. We are moving ahead with exercise C. So the receptionist told me. So the receptionist is like in a formal environment. So we have to use may, okay? That I may make a call from the telephone. So our first choice for one will be may. Okay. Number 2. I can't find my blue pen. Johnny, can I borrow yours? Because I think Johnny, this is informal. So Johnny and I, the person who is speaking, is not formally related. They are not in a formal background. Okay. Conversation. Students dash study in the library on Sundays, said the principal. So children, principal and students are in formal environment. So we are going to use what? We are going to use may. We cannot use can. So we are going to use may. So actually children, this one we can use what? Because this is C past. Maybe we are always going to state in present. So we have to use may. Now, you can, could, may take my pen, dear brother. So, you can take my pen. Number 5, you can, could, may leave now. You may leave now because it's formal. So, in formal, I told you we are always going to use may. Now, we have number 6. He said that, okay, see, children, we are taking permission in the past. So what did I tell you? When we are taking permission in the past, we are going to use what? Could. Okay. So could now. Number 7. Can, could, may I have some snacks, mother? So this is informal. So we are going to use can. Number 8. So can, could, may I come in? So formal. It will be may. Number 9. Can, could, may I use your telephone? Very polite. So yes, can I. Number 10. Can, could, may I pay the ticket fare? Informal. Informal has to be can I. Yes. So yes, this one will be may because very polite. So may I use your telephone? So this one will be may. Okay children. Now we we are done with this. Now some words, children, like can, may, can also be used to express possibility of certain things happening. So the word may will be also used for possibility. Now how do we use it? May indicates a possibility which is stronger than might. In other words, a good possibility. Like, father may be attending a meeting in his office today. So might is used for like when there is a chance which is not 100% sure, but when you have a good possibility of something happening, then you use may. Okay. Now might indicates a weak possibility. That means it might or it might not happen. Like if we say it might rain today, okay, that means it may not rain. Okay, so very weak possibility. Father might be at home this afternoon. Now past tense of may. For past tense of may you can use might. Okay, I thought he might come. Conditional. Okay, conditional, you remember I taught you if clause. So for that also we can use might. Okay, if you speak to him, he might come. Now can indicates general and occasional possibility. Okay, that means there are chances. So I can go with you to see the match. So this is like general possibility. Could is used as a weak possibility and also as past tense of can, and also as conditional. If you come, we could go to the party. Okay. Now could is also used sometimes to suggest a weak possibility in the future. He could participate in the tournament tomorrow. So could can also be used for what? For expressing some weak possibility that is going to happen in future. Okay children. So I hope you have finished this because we are moving ahead with exercise D, and I am going to rub this. Now we have exercise D. This is on page number 90. Okay. See, we have to use may, might, can or could according to the suggestions given in the brackets. He thought that she dash be at the office in the afternoon. Okay. So a general possibility. That's why we are going to use what? Could. Yes, number 1 is could. Number 2. It dash rain tomorrow. Weak possibility. It might rain tomorrow. Number 3. If you call him, he dash attend the function. A very weak possibility. So could. Number 4. He dash be doing his homework this afternoon instead of sleeping. So weak possibility might. Number 5. They dash be waiting for us at the station. Weak possibility again. So might. They might be waiting. Number 6. The television channels dash show the match since it is of great interest to the people. Occasional possibility can. Okay, so occasional possibility we can use can. You have to be really sure children what you are going to use for what. So hint will be there, but you have to work your brain out. Okay. Now Soha dash be in her room right now. So a good possibility. Good possibility, that means you are going to use may. M-A-Y. Number 8 now. Your sister is studying medicine. She dash tell you clearly about the nervous system. So she may. Here we have good possibility. So we are going to use may. Number 9. I dash come tomorrow to meet your father. Okay, I may come tomorrow. It's a good possibility, so we are going to use may. Number 10 now. She dash come tomorrow to meet your father. So this is the weak possibility, she might. Yes, we are done. Now use of will, shall. Now children, let's move ahead with this one. Will and shall are used to suggest promise. Yes, that there is something which has to be done. Now will is used with all persons while shall is used only with first person subjects like I, we. However, when promise is suggested, we use will with first person subjects and shall with other subjects. So when we are going to promise, like see, this is my promise to you, like I will attend her marriage ceremony. It's my promise that I will be attending it. You shall get a gift tomorrow. It's my promise to you. So you shall. Okay. So depends who is promising. So when you shall, you is there. So my promise to you. Okay. That's why we are using shall with you. Since will is now used with all subjects, the force of promises will is missing. So we say, I promise to attend your cousin's marriage ceremony, or I will certainly attend. That means you are promising. So you are going to use will. You are very certain, you are very sure that you are going to attend the wedding. Okay. So now will and shall in their normal uses suggest intention and willingness. When you want to do something with all your will, with all your intention, then we use will, okay, will and shall. So I shall call you. This is my intention that I will be calling you. So I shall call you. Now for willingness, I shall help you. With intention, I shall help you. So intention is anything which you are doing it with on your choice, okay. What you want, the purpose. So he will call you. This is intention. He will happily participate in the celebration, willingness. Okay. So the use of shall is not very common now. We don't use shall. I have told you, I think I remember I told you that we are going to use shall with I and we, and that also when we are asking questions or we are offering some help. Like, shall I come with you? Shall we go now? So it's asking for suggestion. It's asking for advice. Okay. Now, there is one more thing, prohibitions. When you are prohibiting someone not to do something. So the words which are used here is must not. I hope children you are done with this exercise. So children, yes, what words we can use? We can use must not, and ought not to. Yes, these two words can be used to express prohibitions. Prohibitions is usually children asking someone not to do something. When you stop them from doing certain things. In must not indicates that something should not be done because it is a rule. And something when something should not be done because of moral duty, when you are bounded by some moral duty, then you are going to do what? Then you are going to use ought not to. Okay. So fill in the blanks with ought not to, must not to. Okay, must not. So first one, this is exercise E. So exercise E now. This is on page number 91. Number 1. So you dash tell lies to your elders. So this is duty. You ought not to. You ought not to. This is moral duty, children. So we are going to use ought not to. Now we dash talk on the mobile phone while crossing the road. This is a rule. We must not talk. Okay, so you are going to write must not. Number 3 now. We dash disobey our parents. We ought not to, because this is moral duty, so ought not to will be our answer. Number 4. We dash use our mobile phones inside a hospital. This is rule, so must not use. Yes, number 5 now. Students dash leave the classroom before the bell rings. Student, because this is a rule, so must not. Yes, you should not leave the classroom before your teacher leaves or before the bell rings. Yes, children, so this was our rule, and I hope you understood this chapter. In our next video lesson, we are going to cover up this request and all. We will just quickly look at something, and if we finish those exercises which follows, we are going to continue with the next chapter, or we will move ahead with your honeycomb book. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. We will meet again with another video lesson. Till then, children, take care of yourself and your family. Bye bye.